We are back at Crystal Cove. It's my first dive back since my last incident, but we're super excited to dive. Here with a couple dive buddies this time, and yeah, just super excited to dive. This is a new spot we found, I think like 2 dives ago, but hopefully some yellowtail, and let's just go out there and see what we can get. So this dive, I'm out with 2 dive buddies, Frank on the left, Richard on the right. Frank took some footage of me, and he has his own channel of producing some videos, so give him a like and follow. But super exciting. This is him diving down, doing some selfie footage, but he made some awesome footage for me to share and add to this video, so please give him some support and love. But into the dive, conditions were pretty good overall, about 10 to 15, I would say 15 foot viz, pretty good, and diving in about 1.5 foot to 2 feet swell, so a little bit higher than normal. But here I go, diving down. And you can see here I'm laying down on the mussels, and I see a decent sized sheephead on the right hand side. So I'm trying to slowly make my way over, and I think a mistake I make here is kicking my fins upward like that, increasing my visual profile. So I try to scoot up. I should have been pulling the rock more than kicking, and I try to reach, take the shot. It's a miss. It was wishful. The fish was swimming away. It was a nice big sheephead. But here's another view from my point of view from the same shot. So here I go, I land on the mussels, and I just chill here for quite a while. I try to limit my head movement side to side, or at least make it very slow. And I'm just waiting and waiting here. So it's tough to see. You see a couple small sheephead shadows over there, but there was quite a large one next to them. So I see them over there, and I'm slowly trying to pivot my body. And as you see that I'm kicking here, so I'm speeding up, but you can see the other fish getting spooked, and I think that pretty much ruined my chances. But there it is. Take the shot. A little wishful, a little farther away. I think I should have taken my time and slowed down. So here's what I believe to be a Pacific sea nettle jellyfish from my research and kind of profiling the video footage and the images I see online. This is a Pacific sea nettle from my understanding, and these guys are actually carnivorous. They feed on other jellyfish and other larvae, fish's larvae, things like that. So, but regardless, super cool to see. Always really cool to see these guys out there when you're diving. Usually when I see them, they're a little bit more beat up, like this guy. Yeah, nevertheless, super awesome. So while I was out there, I grabbed some sea urchin. And for me, I know there's specific names for these sea urchins or types, but I generally categorize them in 3 different types. There's black, red, and purple urchin. This one is a red one. This is the one I usually go after. They usually have a larger inner area with shorter spikes. Blacks are long spikes with a medium-sized shell, I guess. And purples are usually the really small ones. So here's a red one. The max per day is 35 if you wanted to go out yourself and harvest these. But they are an invasive species. They do eat at the kelp. And therefore, when kelp get eaten, the ecosystem for a lot of these fish are taken away. So whenever you can pull some out, you should do so. So this is another jellyfish that is called I have no idea what it's called, to be honest. I've done so much research trying to figure out and ID this jellyfish. I still have no idea what it is, but I couldn't help myself. It was swimming in the open, and yes, I had to blow air rings into this jellyfish, but If anyone knows what this is, please leave it in the comments below. I still have no idea. Done a ton of research and try to ID this jellyfish, but I still have no idea. But nevertheless, like I said before, always cool to see these guys out in the water. Yeah, for those of you that are curious, I use a 85's Pathos sniper roller, and how I typically load it is I have an assist on the main band. I put on the first pre-tension and I put it on the assist knock right there, and then following that I'll move it up to my chest to load up the full way. So I'll make sure it's in the center of my right chest, pull up and put it back on the second to last shark fin. And then what I'll do last is use the assist and pull it back to where, on my hip, and put it back where the second to last shark fin is as well. So as you saw, I'm on the floor and I'm staying as quiet as possible at this point, staying close to the rock on the right hand side of that reef there. And I'm trying to blend in with that. So I'm staying close, trying to stay quiet as possible. Hopefully no air bubbles are coming out. I'm trying to stay flat with the fins flat along the floor. Here's another view from my point of view in this same dive. So I'm on the floor. Probably shouldn't be looking side to side as much, but I'm looking around, and I do see a good sized sheephead on the top right hand side. You can see it right there. And it's swimming away from me, and I'm getting close to the end of my breath, and I just take a lunging shot, and there's no way. It's a little out of range, or it's quite a bit out of range, but I take the shot and I head on up. And yeah, I think I got a little antsy and just had to take the shot. And that wraps up this dive. Just an awesome dive following my incident at PV where I had trouble depressurizing. But thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for diving with Dive Spirit.